the standards for the Teach Now program. So the first one will be the first week, and it's going to be how students grow and develop cognitive, linguistic, social, emotional, and physical areas, and appropriate and challenging learning experiences, which I think is going to be great for our class, for the first one, just because I think that's a lot of what we're doing with our kids. Is, social, emotional, but I am going to be using ELA standards, Common Core ELA. So the first lesson we're going to do, if this sounds like a good idea to you, is going to be a reading lesson, and I actually found some books called Where Does Garbage Go? And we're going to read it aloud. Before we read it, we're going to do an entrance ticket, what I know, what I want to learn or want to know. And then when we leave, we'll do an exit ticket of what I learned. And then we have worksheets that we'll be doing. And they are kind of like Common Core summarizing. So, it's reading the story and then summarizing it. But I thought this one would be really good for the kids because it's fifth grade level book. But it's got a lot in it, science and English. So we can go through it. And they're also going to do predict, summarize, and clarify questions. And then I figure if we have time left, we can maybe watch a video on recycling.
So this is going to be just one day?
This will just be one day. And yeah, this is Common Core, determine a central idea of a text and how it is conveyed through particular details. Provide a summary of the text, which is what they're going to be doing in the worksheets, kind of like a guided summary. And, it's distinct from personal opinions or judgments. So now back to the standards for the rest of the time. That's just the first lesson. I have not even begun on the second, third, fourth, or fifth. The second standard is learning differences, another great one for our class. Individual differences and diverse cultures. We don't really have diverse cultures in our school. Little.
I think we do.
Do you?
Yeah. Like each of our students are from different places and
I guess you're right.
Different like parent makeups
and
living conditions. They all are in the same like rural, suburban type of neighborhood, but they all are.
They've
culturally.
Got their differences for sure. Yeah, so I figured for that one we'll do another type of reading thing, maybe a multicultural literature thing.
Sure.
And then go from there. Or if I can find something, maybe it would be interesting to do something like that for
Be great.
Student,
I think that a lot of our students would benefit.
Yeah, so I'll look for something like that. I'm sure I'll be able to find it. Third standard, so week 3. Create environments that support individual and collaborative learning. And so I was thinking for that one, I'm not really sure what the lesson will be yet, but maybe that will be when I introduce like the portfolios and maybe have a little bit different setup where I decorate the board across the hall in our resource room and stuff like that. So good. And then 4, understanding of subject area. So make content accessible and attainable to all students. And so this is another one I think that we do every day.
Yeah.
Because, all our kids are at different levels.
Right.
So I just a matter of getting that one together and deciding what, how I'm going to put it all together as a group. Number 5 is going to be our trip to the Humane Society, which has been planned for about 2 months. This is the project-based learning. It's application of content, critical thinking, creativity, collaborative problem solving, and I think all that can be covered in that lesson. And
get out.
I did kind of, when I was going through this, I did write myself a question because, I've got them doing a research paper and iMovie. Do you think that's too much for this group?
For a few students, yeah. But for other ones, no.
So maybe we could like have maybe the few students who, um, do have trouble just do one of those.
Yeah.
And then the other kids, when they get done, is that how you usually would do it with a group like this? So just kind of differentiating who's doing what. All right, and then the next is assessment, which once again we've talked about before. These kids aren't on an assessment basis.
Yeah.
It's more pass fail.
Right, but we can still like assess them and like growth. So where do they start out as? Where do they get to? And it's not part of the grade at all, but it's just more information for their IEPs or parents.
I was going to say that's kind of part of the IEP too, right? Reaching their goals. So if we're doing that with if I'm doing that with like portfolio thing, project, we can just kind of look through there at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
This is what so and so completed.
Yep.
And
We
so
can look at their IP goals and make sure they're making all the benchmarks.
Okay, great. The 7th week is planning instruction. To meet rigorous goals, knowledge of content areas, curriculum, cross-disciplinary skills, as well as knowledge of students and community. So that one.
I could see that working with the general education teachers.
Oh, okay.
Just with their idea of content knowledge and how we can work that in with what our students do.
Oh, okay, that's a great idea. Because, yeah, I had seen that one and I was like, what? How can I really do that? I mean, because you and I are, well, you especially and me working as a student teacher will be doing that. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, we don't really do it for their core classes. Right. So that would be great. 8 is instructional strategies. How does candidate use multiple instruction strategies to develop deep understanding of content and apply knowledge in meaningful ways? And I think that one, once again, I think we do that all the time.
Yeah.
Multiple instructional strategies for all our different sort of kids.
Yeah. We're very flexible.
Yeah. But content and applying knowledge can sometimes be tough for these kids. Because it's like, what do you give up?
Yep. What's important, what do they need?
Yeah. So that will be one to work on. And then the number 9 is professional development, which I'm actually going to do a recording tomorrow.
Perfect.
Because we have a PD tomorrow. And then leadership and collaboration is the last one. And I'm assuming hopefully maybe between now and the end of the school year there'll be something that I can do. Maybe even the fun run.